The truth is, homestead living, self-sufficient living is really hard work. It's going to be satisfying, but I want to cover what we call the big lie.
Live a happy, freedom, life.
Homestead living, like we're doing here on the homestead, where you do everything yourself, is really hard work. And that's why we use the term the big lie, because it's not easy. It's satisfying. We wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, but it's really hard work. For example, I've got firewood over here, and I cut down the trees, lugged them in the wheelbarrow, chainsaw the trees, throw the logs into the big old wheelbarrow, haul them out of the woods, stack them up over here in a big pile, and then now I've got to split them with the log splitter here. Then I'll stack them over under our lean-to so that they stay dry, for winter. And I figure that it probably takes me now at, quote, my age, I can only work about 2 hours a day on a project like this. I can't get up at 6:30 in the morning and work for 10 hours straight like I could many years ago. And so that's something you got to think about, is are you 20 or 40 or 60 in how you work. That's one of the reasons that I got the log splitter, because I used to chop by hand, and that's just another lengthy process, because that was I always said that was my therapy. But it would be a lot easier to go to a job and work at that job and get a paycheck and then just pay for propane or natural gas or electricity or whatever to heat your house, where it's going to take me a good 3 weeks to cut, haul, split, and stack enough wood to heat for the winter. How much money can you make in 3 weeks? Is that going to be worth it? But it's more than just about the money. But that's kind of, part of that fibbing that we do about how wonderful living on the homestead is. Making sense? And the other thing that I want to think about with you here is, it's something that happened this morning, and I'm really upset about it, is there's a lot of heartache on the homestead too. And one of the critters that we have here on the homestead are guinea fowl. And they're kind of ugly and cute at the same time, and they run around and they're goofy and they squawk and make noise. They're great bug eaters. They eat far more high protein food, and they don't tear up your garden and things, so they're kind of nice to just have free ranging around. And they like the grassland, so I kind of leave some of the grass grow long. But anyway, you think about it. Here we just had a mama guinea fowl, a hen, and they lay an egg a day, so she laid eggs for 2, almost 3 weeks. Then they sit on their eggs for 28 days, 4 weeks. Chickens are 3 weeks, guinea fowl are a full 4 weeks, maybe 26 days, but we all say 28 days. And then she hatched out, and she had 7 cute little baby guinea fowl. And then she comes out of the nest, and her flock, there's 8 of them altogether, the guinea fowls, they all take care of the babies together. Now granted, guinea fowls aren't known for being the best moms in the world like chickens, but it's really fun how they take care of the whole flock together. And that happened on Tuesday, and today's Saturday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So they're 4 days old. And she would bed them down in the grass in a different spot every night. Well, this morning I look out the window, and the mom is standing in the driveway about 6:30 in the morning. So I'm thinking, well, she's out awful early. So I go to the coop and let the other ones, our free rangers, I let them out thinking that she's out early. Well, I'm drinking my coffee and I don't see any babies out there. I go out and look, and all 7 babies are gone. And it's just, that's just so frustrating. It's so heartbreaking to watch her lay the eggs, watch her sit on the nest, watch her hatch them out, watch the family take, they've been roaming all over the yard. And it's just, and now, one night, they're just little bitty fur balls, and now they're gone. So the heartbreak is real, and you've got to be able to deal with that. So I mentioned it a minute ago, but you value the simple things. Yes, I have a wood splitter for, making our firewood, but it's good to keep everything simple on the homestead. If you don't have it, you can't break it and you can't lose it. So you need to be a simple life, because the other thing there is homesteading can be expensive in some ways, like your time. It's expensive time-wise. Lugging water for the animals, lugging feed, 50-pound bags of feed, 5-gallon buckets of water. So if you've got 2 5-gallon buckets of water, that's over 80 pounds. 50 pounds of feed in bags, lugging the firewood around. And you have to do it every single day. If you're not feeling good, if you wake up in the morning and your back's bothering you, or you got a tummy ache, or you can't stray too far from the bathroom, you've got to water, feed, you've got to do your daily chores every day. Mrs. DIY and I, we do things separately. We run to town and run errands, like grocery shopping or paying bills and things, but we don't go visit family together. We do one-person vacations so that somebody's always here. So it's time consuming that way, and that's, it's just not a, little house on the prairie hanging out kind of lifestyle. It's hard work, and it's heartbreaking work, and it's expensive as far as your time goes. It's a lot of time, and there's a bug a little sweat bee right in front of the camera there. So I'm hoping that makes sense for you. It's challenging, but it's fulfilling. One of my favorite go-to sayings is, experience is a hard teacher because she gives the exam first and then the lesson after. And that's a lot of things. Like, we've had guineas for 8 years, and I thought she was taking good care of them, and then, now we've lost them. Doing your firewood, doing, whatever types of things you want to do on your homestead and in today's world, because of what happened in the past few years, and I'm not going to say the P word that kept everybody home in that, a lot of people wanted to go live on homesteads and be self-sufficient, and not thinking about how difficult of a life it is, that you just don't sit around on the homestead, that you work all day long, and you're pooped out when you go to bed at night. And but it's freedom. It's living free. It's living a free life in this everything going wrong world. And that's one of my my favorite sayings is, live free in an everything going wrong world. So it's an important choice to make. We're happy we've made it. I just want to be honest with you in what's going on in that. So live free, live happy in this everything going wrong world. It's up to you. Freedom!